Ooh, so nice. So luxurious. Ooh, yeah, fancy. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for being here. This channel is dedicated to helping you DIY the home of your dreams. Today, we will be replacing the hinges that are in here with some soft close hinges. And I wanted to show you guys how to do it and what different measurements that you're gonna need to make sure that you get the right hinges. Now, these are stock cabinets that I got from Lowe's. I'm pretty sure it's the Arcadia line. I'll make sure to have it linked below if you wanna check them out. Lowe's and Home Depot both have a very standard stock shaker style cabinet that you can pick up and install yourself. It's very, very easy. I got these little cabinet knobs off of Amazon, and I will show you the drawer pulls that I got off of Amazon as well. The reason I want to replace these hinges is because this is what the door sounds like. It is super annoying and I can hear it through the house. My design room is right below here, and I might be working on a video or I might be on a call, and then I hear, and it drives me insane. But one reason you might want to replace your hinges to soft close hinges is because it's a little bit more luxe, and it might help you in resale value because people love kitchens, and if you have everything in your kitchen like top notch, it might help you sell your house. These are super duper easy to install, and I'm gonna show you the exact measurements that you need so you make sure you order the right ones so you're not caught in a pickle and you're stuck having to return ones and waiting for like a million years to get them back from Amazon. Let me just open this up and I'm gonna show you what the new soft close little mechanism looks like compared to the old one that I just took out of the cabinet in here. So you can see that they are exactly the same, except for the soft close over here has like a little hydraulic system in there that helps it close softly. So the first thing that you need to figure out is if your cabinets are face frame or frameless. So this is a face frame. This little section right here and this section right here is a face frame. These are pretty standard in American style cabinets. European style cabinets tend to be frameless, where they won't have this, and your hinge will actually be attached right on the inside of your cabinet, not to the face frame. So find that out first if you have a face frame or if you have a frameless cabinet, and then you're gonna move on to the next step of overlay. Overlay is the amount that the cabinet door overlays the front of your cabinet. So in my case, I have a face frame, so we're gonna be measuring from the very edge of the cabinet door to the inside edge of the face frame. We're not going to be measuring from this seam right here, that's the actual edge of my cabinet, because this can vary. We're measuring from the edge of the cabinet door to where the face frame is right here. So the first way to do this is that you can see there's a faint seam right here. There's a little chip on the top corner of mine, a little seam right here. So you're gonna have to look under here to see where that seam is. So this method could be a little bit tricky because you kind of have to get up under here and look and measure the seam kind of upside down. So I'm gonna show you another way that makes it a little bit easier. Just take some painter's tape and line the tape up with the edge of your cabinet door and just adhere it right to the face frame. You take another piece of painter's tape and line it up on the inside right where the side of your face frame meets the bottom part, and then you're going to measure that. Mine is exactly 1.25 inches. So I'm going to show you another way just in case you don't have painter's tape on hand and you have to take a quick measurement. This is definitely not the most precise or the most professional, but it can work. All right, so we're going to eyeball where the edge of our cabinet door is. Now we're going to open the door, and that is relatively the same distance. So the edge right here lines up relatively the same amount of distance as when the door is closed. So I have a little scrap piece of paper right here, and when the door is open, I'm going to line up my piece of paper with the edge of the door on the outside. So my little piece of paper is lined up with the outside edge of my cabinet door. Now I'm just gonna make a little crease in the paper right here, and that is 1.25 inches exactly. This third method might not work for you depending upon how thick your cabinet door is, but if you're in a pinch, you don't have painter's tape, you might be able to get away with doing that method. So a few things that we figured out is that we have a face frame cabinet and there's 1.25 inch overlay, and then these are the soft close hinges that we want. So this 35mm number right here corresponds to the type of hole you're gonna have to drill right here if you don't already have this type of hinge in. But this cabinet is standard, it's stock. These hinges are going to match it perfectly. And then the 105 degree just means the cabinet can open a little bit more than 90 degrees. So a straight perpendicular would be 90, then that little extra is 105 degrees. So if you have standard hinges like this, these are going to work out perfectly for you. Here's a little diagram if you are still confused about the 35mm number. This is the 35mm type of little drill bit that you're going to need to make your hole that fits this part of your hinge. Just so you guys are aware, on most American-made cabinets, the partial overlay is usually 1.25 inches like mine or 1/2 inch. So keep that in mind. So before you take your hinges off to replace them, you're going to want to take a pencil and mark where your hinges sit. So I just like to mark right underneath of both hinges and the top one right there. The reason we're going to do that is because the area that the screw goes in is elongated. It's not perfectly centered. So your screw could sit high or low, and this will alter the height of your cabinet doors. You might have one door that's sitting slightly a bit higher than the other one. So just go ahead, make a little pencil line. You're not going to see it, but it's just a guide for you for when you're going to put the door back on. The only screw that is attaching the door hinge to the face frame is right here. This screw right in the middle. So this screw right here and this screw right here are just adjustment screws. They're gonna adjust the kind of like torque and pull of your cabinet door. This screw right here, this one right in the middle, is what is attaching it to the face frame. So this is the only one we're gonna unscrew to take it off. Using my drill, we're gonna hit that one screw right in the center and take it on out. So the box of hinges does come with a little baggie of screws, but I'm just going to go ahead and reuse the screws that I'm going to be taking out of here and out of the old hinges, so I don't have to open up this baggie, and I could potentially use these with the old hinges on custom cabinets that I built myself. All right, and now to get this off, we're just going to take off these two little screws right here. You can use a handheld screwdriver if you'd like, or you can use a drill. This is our new hinge. This one is just literally gonna pop right on out of there. We take our new one, set it right in that hole, bada bing. Put your little screws back in and you got yourself a new hinge. So if you're not used to using a drill, I would definitely put these screws back in by hand using a screwdriver, because when you're using a drill, you don't want to be heavy-handed and kind of start to make new screw holes, and then it's going to loosen the integrity of the holes that are already there. So if you know how to use a drill, then you know what I'm talking about. If you are new to using a drill, then maybe just go ahead and go in by hand with a little handheld screwdriver like this. It takes a little bit longer, but you'll get there. Okay, let's put it back on. So this is our pencil line right here. So we're going to line up the bottom of our hinge just to that pencil line and screw it in. Now this is definitely easier to do if you have somebody helping you, but you can do it by yourself. I believe in you. Okay, moment of truth. Ooh, so nice. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but you see the gap between the doors right here. Well, it's a little bit bigger on the bottom than it is the top. I'm going to show you how to adjust that here in just a second. I'm going to get this left door hinges replaced, and then we're going to adjust how we need to. Both cabinet door hinges have been replaced. So nice. All right, now that gap is still kind of there, so it's bigger at the bottom, smaller at the top. So the problem is with this door right here, it kind of leans in just a little bit, so I'm going to show you how to fix it up here in this hinge. This little screw right here is an adjustment that pulls the door either closer in or pushes it farther out. So we are just going to turn it probably to about right there and see if that fixed the problem. It did. It did. That might be a little too far. Let me take it back in just a smidge. Okay. Perfect. Yay. So when after you put your hinges on, if your door, either the top or the bottom, it's kind of sticking out like this and it's not sitting fully flush, this is a screw right here that you want to adjust. This one kind of pulls it in and out this way. This one is making the whole hinge attached to the face frame. And then this one pulls the door kind of in and out this way. I have all of my old hinges, the little bag of screws. Put these back in there. I could never get them to all lay back in there like when they're original. And then just for my reference, I'm just gonna cross off soft close. So then I have these for the future if I wanna make some custom cabinets for a different project. And these are the drawer pulls that I got off of Amazon as well. They match these little knobbies perfectly. You guys, it is so crazy how happy these little soft close hinges make me feel. Oh, I hope this video helped you if you are doing your own kitchen renovation. Please feel free to subscribe and join me here. I make videos every week on thrift flips, home product review, DIYs, upcycles, and home renovations. And I'd love to have you here. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.